And it's a happy, happy, happy day. So I welcome you to Interfaith Spiritual Center worldwide as I catch my breath. Isn't it wonderful? Yes. And what I know is there is a power for good in the universe, greater than we are, and we can use it. And as I welcome you and I acknowledge our viewing audience that you tuned in at this moment, because we have a divine appointment. And I love our theme. And our theme is about the dance of life. I believe that life has a rhythm and an energy. I believe that when we are in sync with that energy and that rhythm of life, we are in the flow. Linda and I knew this person that she'd get this energy. And when she got this energy, she would, she'd start meditating, and she felt like the whole universe is there for us. And then she'd go to the casino. She was feeling Lady Luck was upon her, feeling really lucky, feeling that the universe was for her, preparing the way before her. And she'd go to the casino, and one night, at Wednesday Night Live, she donated $2,200 because she had that feeling. She went and she did the whole slot thing and won $22,000 with that feeling. And she said, I only go when I have that feeling. So it is interesting that when we step out into life and we acknowledge that there is a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we are one with it, and that when we are in divine synchronicity and feeling the rhythms of life, there is nothing and no thing like that. And when we're not, we're not. It's like when you're hot, when you're not, you're not. And we know when we're feeling that energy and aliveness and that wonderfulness, and when we're not. So what I love about our way of life is when we're not feeling the energy, we get out of bed. Gravity's there for us, if you hadn't noticed. It's there for us. The floor is hard. It's there. We get up in the morning and we start doing things that empower ourselves. There are 5 key action areas of life. Today we're looking at the dance of relationship. That's not just with each other or that chosen one. That relationship is with ourselves. What is the relationship with ourselves? Do we believe that we are created in the image and likeness of something so great and so grand that we are told that it's not only good, there was an emphasis, remember? Very good. Not only good, but very good. This is our relationship with ourselves. There is a definite line between confidence and conceit. And that is humility. That I know I'm created in the image and likeness of this amazing power and energy. I co-create with it. I am empowered to co-create with this energy. And that when I'm feeling disempowered, I'm letting the ego, that ego part of us, remember that the ego, we got to let it go. It's about chasing God out. We have to absolutely open ourselves because it's a new opportunity to step out when we're not feeling the rhythm of life. When we know we have to get into sync. So we start doing our affirmations. I am happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. Even when we don't feel it, we think, oh, I am not. Well, who am I trying to kid? No. In the 12-step program, they have a saying that I love. It's fake it till you make it. So the Dalai Lama said, assume the virtue, though you have it not. Even if we're not feeling it, we begin to affirm that I am happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. And that we keep that energy going and create that relationship with the divine. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all good things are added unto you. Now see, I believe that. I believe it with all my heart. Seek ye first that energy, that light, that Father, Mother, God, whatever we conceive that to be for us, whatever name we're putting on our higher power. Seek ye first that. And know that everything else will be added unto us. That mentally and emotionally We put our focus on what's life-affirming. So if I'm going to have this dance of relationship, and I'm going to realize that everything flows out of my consciousness and my relationship with the divine, my relationship with God. You know, we have a lot of golfers here in Palm Springs. And it was interesting, one guy said, you know, there was George out on the golf field, and every time he, swing the club, it landed here, there, everywhere, in the sand traps and everything. And finally, one day, he just jumped up and down, and he just took his club, and he just shook it to the heavens and said, "Why me, God? Why me?" And the heavens opened. And the voice said, "I don't know, George, there's something about you that just ticks me off." So, you see, that's what we create when we're not feeling good about ourselves. We put that energy out, and it takes form. We laugh about it, but the truth is, it takes form and comes back to us multiplied. Oh dear, it comes back to us multiplied. Until we realize that I'm not going to give it power and energy. I'm going to let go and let God do what God does best by means of me. What is that? That's about looking with clarity, because clarity is power. That's about looking through the appearance, which is really hard when you're up against it. I'm about looking through this appearance. I'm about looking through this effect. I'm about looking through this dis-ease. When we look through the appearance, the condition, and the effect to the truth of our being, which is wholeness. You know, it's amazing. We went up to the tram on Friday, and we were just, we were all in the tram, and we were just having this amazing looking, and it kind of goes in a circle. And I had on sandals, and my heel is sort of like up against the edge of it, and it has this little thing that comes out that just took my heel with it. So I pulled my heel out really quick, and I was sort of seeing stars. And so we got up to the top, and the very nice ranger gave me a Band-Aid, right? And then I took the Band-Aid off because I knew that every cell in my body was going to rush to that area, and it was going to start the healing process. So what I know about our lives is that, if something on our heel, then of course I go into, the psychological cause and mind for the heel and all of this, which I think is really important to do as well. And then to let it go and to affirm our perfection and our wholeness. Because life just happens. Every once in a while we catch our heel on something. Or our toe, we stub our toe. And these are things that just occur in life, and sometimes they're bigger. When I went to the windshield and on the dashboard when I was 21 years old, I called that my breakthrough experience, because there was a little lady that lived in our apartment complex. Her name was Thelma, and she was Indian. And she brought me the Science of Mind textbook. Now, that book changed my life. And she started bringing me other positive books, Psycho-Cybernetics, Self-Image Psychology. Little did I know I'd start teaching self-image psychology a few years later. So these interesting little relationships that we create along the way is part of that amazing composition of our life. And if we look at the tapestries of life, and I was in Italy and I saw some gorgeous ones, that the darker threads are just as valuable as the lighter threads, because it creates what? Contrast, so that you can see the images. So when we start looking at, this never should have happened, that never should have happened, oh, and this one in my life, my God, oh. We created every experience to learn, to grow, and to unfold, and to embody unconditional love. And some of us have created amazing experiences. Like the old, the bumper sticker that I'm always laughing about when I was driving to the Camelot one Sunday morning. It said, "I'm so miserable without you, it's almost like having you here." And I always remembered that because it was so hysterical to me. That's what addictive relationships are about. That incredible, always in an uproar. But we can have peace. We can have joy, which is the most infallible sign of the presence of God. the dance of relationship, looking at our relationship with the divine, the relationship with our body, the relationship with our work. Do we love what we do and do what we love? Do we open the space to allow that energy to flow through and to know that no matter what it looks like, we keep affirming the truth for ourselves? That when we affirm the truth, that whatever position it is that we want, we open to it, we create it, and we acknowledge that there is a power for good in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it. And when people say, well, you know, my whole business just dried up. Well, it dries up so that we can move the energy to feel that divine flow. When I was up on the top of San Jacinto Mountain, which is so beautiful, it's a forest, it was 65 degrees, I got cold, I thought, ooh, I got to get in the sun now. And I was walking along, and I even picked it up, it's on my altar now. There was a little, like a branch, and it came down, and the top went like this, came down, and then this part went like this, and then it had like a little part that went down. It looked just like a boot. It looked like someone had carved a boot, but they hadn't. It was just, you know, it was like something that fell from a tree in this amazing shape as a boot. And I thought, and I laughed to myself because, you know, my thing is, whenever I've gotten the divine boot, I always land on higher ground. So I picked up that little boot, and I just thought, yeah, isn't it interesting that life has signs and symbols wherever we go? There is energy, there is life, there is this amazing coming together. And when RJ and I were in Miami, before lunch, they had the African dancers come. That a lot of these young people were not born in Africa, but their parents were. So they learned all the tribal dances. So they were just doing these amazing dances, and then everybody dances, everybody, including the Reverend Father Dr. Ida, and they put money, you know, they kind of drop money on top of them. So they're doing the tribal dances, and they're just going all around, and then everybody's got the money, and they're pouring it, and the whole floor was filled with money, and they were dancing, and there was money, and there was energy, and there was aliveness, and there was this just amazing opportunity to be in that level of joy. And if you're in it and you feel it, it's contagious. Happiness is contagious. We get it from one another. And when we listen to the still small voice of God, acknowledging the dance of relationship, that when we have a relationship with ourselves, our higher power, and each other in the circle of life, we will create that one special relationship, because it will be a reflection of who we are. And in relationship, we have to keep growing and keep it alive and the magic in it. It's not like, oh, I landed my husband or I landed my wife and now, you know, I can kick back. Did that already. Cross that off the list. No, it takes even more energy and more light and more love to always keep it alive and new every single day, and to acknowledge that it is a gift from the universe. And it begins with our relationship with ourselves and the divine, our relationship with each other, the connection, the dance, that we're in a circle of life. And when we join hands every Sunday and say, let there be love on earth and let it begin with me, we are holding hands. We're in a divine cadence. We're in a divine rhythm. We're in a divine energy. And we can feel that. And that's why I believe in community. People say, well, I can do this on my own. Well, how's that working for you? Well, I got this going on and that going on. You know, being in community accelerates our spirituality. And it accelerates the energy within us, because people want you to succeed. They're for you. They're there for you. And when we open the space to know there is a wonderful vibrational match, and we can feel that vibrational match and that frequency, that octave of energy that allows us to take it higher. That's why we go within, that we do our meditations, that we feel ourselves elevated from the things of this world. And, of course, you know, my favorite verse in the Bible is, be not conformed to the things of this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Because it is the Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. Whatever that kingdom looks like for us individually. That I feel at one level it's all the same. That if we do what we love and love what we do, and have that energy that truly works for us, and it doesn't matter what it is. I go to a specific gas station because I just love the owner, and he rushes out, and he's very friendly, and he's wonderful. You know, there's a relationship there. That we have a relationship with everyone we interact with. And some of them do not mix vibrationally. And, you know, that's all right too. Because it's all part of the God particle. And that we're not going to relate to everyone at the same depth and level. And when we make that all right with us and say, hey, life is an amazing circle of diversities, and that through this diversity there is a unity, and through the multiplicity there is a oneness, and that I can still feel one with someone, even though I may not relate to them at all. That there is an energy, a power, and a presence in the universe greater than we are, and we can access it at any given moment. So when we look at the dance of relationship, our relationship with ourselves, do we love ourselves? Do we look in the mirror and we see God gazing back to us? Do we feel that clarity and that sense of knowingness that we are here in the world but not of it? That there is a ground of being. And that when we do get upset, set the timer for 2 minutes, get off it, and move on from that, because that's not the truth of us. The truth is, I can draw a larger circle. And when we draw that larger circle, something begins to happen. I believe in the dance of life. I believe in the dance of relationship. I believe that we can transform at any given moment. I believe that we can snap out of whatever it is that is addressing itself to us, because we have brought it in so that we can grow and unfold in amazing, miraculous ways. So today, as we come together, as we acknowledge that dance and that opportunity to say, oh, happy what? Oh, happy day. That this is a happy, happy, happy day. That I celebrate it, that I salute it, that I acknowledge it within everyone I meet, and transform the quality of my life by opening to what is and giving thanks. Because what I know is, where are we going? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. And so it is. God bless you.